supposed to serve them. You're supposed to understand that you are there na binabayaran nila to serve them, to implement what they want. You have no power over them. You are their servant. That is why we are called public servant. By all means, do everything you have to serve the people, to serve the public.
So ngayon, nangyayari ba ngayon yan?
Hindi yan nangyayari. That's why a lot of people, even in the military, they feel that, okay, they are gods in this, dito sa lupa. Pag presidente ka, alam mo, ano ka rito, Panginoon ka rito. Hindi ka naman. Look, dapat ikaw yung pinaka-busy servant ng taong bayan pag presidente ka. But hindi yung nararamdaman ng taong bayan that they're being served at by the people in government like us.
Sir, kanina napag-usapan natin yung restiveness sa military. Gano'n ka-restive ba yung military ngayon? From what you know?
Sa tingin ko is, yung restiveness is, as long as they can see, the soldiers can see the regularities in the government, in the armed forces where they're doing, mananatili yan doon. But there is also a growing distrust ng mga sundalo dun sa mga taong nag-present ng actions to be taken by them. Kasi yung history, nag-present na ng katotohanan. Some of the proponents will change using the armed forces. Hindi naman talaga sincero dun sa sinasabi. They look upon the soldiers as a tool to achieve a bigger personal goal, political goal. So, nagiging aware na yung mga sundalo dyan. So, well-meaning soldiers play safe by not participating. Yun yung nangyayari. But the restiveness remains as long as irregularities exist.
Pero sabi nga, diba, evil triumphs when good men do nothing. Or good men go silent.
Correct yun. But if your action, hindi ka sigurado, who will benefit from it? Why do it? There has to be very clear beneficiary of your action para hindi masayang yung action mo. Kasi history, sinasabi na yung ang daming actions ng pag-akulas, hindi ng sundalo, ng mga taong bayan, ang nakinabang hindi sila. Hindi yung sinasabi nung mga namuno ng pag-akulas na yun yung gagawin nila. After they have succeeded, iba yung nakikinabang at hindi yung mga taong naghirap na. Mula yung succession natin, that's how it happened.
Yung armed uprising, from what you know and from what you heard, option pa rin ba ng military ngayon? Or whatever we might?
Personally, hindi siya option sa akin. For other soldiers, I do not think kung ano yung, I do not know, excuse me, kung ano yung iniisip nila. But, let's not discount the possibility that there are some sector who still believe that it's still an option. But that's just an assumption.
If the present administration, ito, wild question, gives you a pardon, will you accept it from the president?
By pardon from Mrs. Arroyo?
Yes.
No.
As your commander-in-chief?
Yes, no, I will not accept.
Why?
First place, I do not believe she has that authority to pardon me. Because as far as I believe, she has no mandate. She's not the president. She's there, technically. But she has no mandate. And I never consider her as my commander-in-chief. So she has no right to give pardon sa akin. Yung paniniwala ko, I will not accept. Sasabihin ko sa kanya, you have no right to give me pardon. In the first place, you have no right para gawin ito sa amin. You're not supposed to be there. Every questions that have been haunting her rather, regarding legitimacy as a president, hindi yun nalinaw sa tao. She refused to submit all processes para maging malinaw ito. In-stonewall niya yan, in fact. So, yung question ng legitimacy niya as a president and as my commander-in-chief, para manatili sa akin, wala siya. She failed to prove it that she has demanded.
Pero, yun nga, yung mga taong, sabi nyo, walang mandato ng taong bayan, kung sa administration is hounded by a lot of corruption charges, lahat na nun. Nandiyan pa rin sila eh. And, so how are you going to effect change aside from yung ini-espouse yung national consciousness ng taong bayan, anong pwede niyong gawin?
Ako, personally, I cannot effect change sa ating bansa. That is the reality. The President cannot effect change sa ating bansa. Alone. Even the group of senators cannot effect change in this country. I do not believe there's an individual person or a few group of people who can effect change in this country. Change can only brought about by the people. Because it has to have a support by the people.
But are the Filipino ready for change that you always about? Change in thinking, in beliefs, in values? Are the Filipino people ready for what you are advocating? Do you think?
They want change. Whether they are ready or not is the individual persons. Siguro sasagutin yun. But based on my experience, when you present these ideas to them, they are susceptible to it and willing to help push for that. So, yung nagsasabing they are not ready, kasi ako, I always tell people, minsan meron nakakausap ko, hindi to kaya. Winawanayan ko, be aware of what you think because it defines you as a person and it guides your action. So when you say the people are not ready for change, the people are not ready to change values, the people are not ready to change their character, that defines your actions. So, binawarning ko yung tao, no, that's what you believe, that defines you as a person. So, it has to start from your heart. Lalabas yun. Your heart, your values, defines your character as a person. Your character puts action to what you do. So, may cycle yun. So, you have to start with your values para ibuuin mo yung character mo. Right now, the character of the people, feeling nila hindi kaya. So, that is the challenge of creating an idea na dapat paniwalaan